to a new video. Let's go through my entire physical TBR. Hi you guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing well. I'm sending a lot of hugs and positivity to all of you. Hi, if you're new, welcome to the channel. I really hope you enjoy the content, and if you do, please do consider subscribing. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you my entire physical TBR, sort of like haul all of the books that I still need to read. In case you did not know what a physical TBR is, physical to be read books, so the copies that I already own. Obviously my TBR is longer than this. Some of those books are there on my Kindle, some of those books are there on my to buy list that I still want to buy. So I have a never-ending TBR, but these are the books that I have already bought and I want to get to them. And I like making these videos to keep myself accountable, because I made one of these last year also, I think, and when I look back at it, I can see how many books I have already read and how many I haven't, and it helps me, and I think you guys find it fun. So I'm here to do this again. I do want to say I am so proud of myself, because this and the TBR card is almost my entire physical TBR, which is not a lot. Actually, like, I'm pretty sure it's like more than 100 books, honestly speaking, because my TBR cart holds a lot of books, and also these shelves too. But still, compared to the amount of books that I had last year or even before that, I had an insanely huge physical TBR, but right now it has shortened up quite a bit, and I'm very happy about that. I'm very proud of myself for it. And now this year I'm going to try and get to this entire physical TBR and crack on it more. The way in which I have set my bookshelves is the most immediate TBR is there in this TBR card. Next of that, the books that are on my priority list are there in those shelves, and then the least prioritized book are there in the big bookshelf. We're gonna go in that sequence. I don't know what this rubber band is doing here, but let's just ignore it. Starting with my TBR card. Minor Disturbances at Great Life Apartments by Hema Sukumar. Triflers Need Not Apply by Camilla Bruce. Maps of Our Spectacular Bodies by Maddie Mortimer. Wellness by Nathan Hill. Maybe You Should Talk to Someone by Laurie Gottlieb, which I just totally forgot that I have this book, and then I recently saw a quote on the internet. I was like, oh my god, what book is that? What book is that? And I came to know that it's this book, and I was like, oh my god, I have it on my TBR since like the beginning of my reading journey. Why am I not reading it? So I've put it on my immediate TBR. Beautiful World, Where Are You by Sally Rooney. This is the hardcover version. The Familiar by Lee Bardugo. The Ministry of Time by Killian Bradley. We Solve Murders by Richard Osman. I Look For You Everywhere by Cameron Capello. The Life Impossible by Matt Haig. Liberal Hearts by Nayantara Violet Alva. Absolutely in love with this cover, oh my god. The Bee Sting by Paul Murray. Kairos by Jenny Erpenbeck. Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. The Great Alone by Kristen Hanna, which is on my TBR for 2025. The Book of Form and Emptiness by Ruth Ozeki. I'm gonna change the angle, this is uncomfortable. The Seven Moons of Mali Almeida by Shihan Karuna Tilaka. Talking at Night by Claire Deverley. The 100-Year-Old Man Who Climbed Out of the Window and Disappeared by Jonas Jonasson. So excited for this one, because I love Up and A Man Called Avi and so many other books with like old characters in it. I Hear You by Nidhi Upadhyay. Very excited for this one too. Vera Wong's Unsolicited Advice for Murderers by Jesse Sutanto. Very excited for this one. The Book of Accidents by Chuck Wending. This is like, I don't know when I'm going to read it. It is on my immediate TBR, but not like a very immediate TBR. This one is on my very immediate TBR. The One by John Marsh. The Secret History by Donna Tartt, which is also on my winter TBR. When am I gonna get to it? Love Unwritten by Lauren Asher, which I recently received, and this is just coziness, comfort in a book. I cannot wait to read this one. Days at the Murasaki Bookshop and More Days at the Murasaki Bookshop by Satoshi Yagisawa, translated by Eric Ozawa. The Shadows Between Us by Tricia Levenseller. The Book of George, which I'm actually currently reading. I should just put this on my bed. A Murder on Malabar Hill by Sujata Masi, an Indian thriller. So excited about this. Indian mystery, not a thriller. Very excited about this. The Traveling Cat Chronicles by Hiro Arikawa, translated by Philip Gabriel. All the Lovers in the Night by Mieko Kawakami. Cannot wait to read this one either. Translated by Sam Bett and David Boyd. Convenience Store Woman by Sayaka Murata. Look at that cover. Look at this. It's on my TBR since 3 years at this point. I think I got it. No, I got it in 2022. Was that 3 years ago? The Kind Worth Killing by Peter Swanson. No One Saw a Thing by Andrea Mara, which I also started reading, and now I don't know where the bookmark is. A Child Goes Missing in this. Very excited to like continue this one. Lady Macbeth by Ava Reid. In Memoriam Equilibrium by Alice Wynne. I am obsessed with this copy. I don't know when I read this, I really want to read this and cry. The Retreat by Zara Rahim. Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. I was going to say to murders. Why was I gonna say that? Somewhere Beyond the Sea by TJ Klune, which is the second part of House on the Cerulean Sea, which is my 6-star read of 2024. The Dragonfly Pool by Eva Epstein. I don't know when I'll read this. Again, it's on my immediate TBR, but not immediate TBR, but I'm still very excited to read it because it reminds me of Mallory Towers that I used to read when I was a kid. And now turning it over, We All Want Impossible Things by Catherine Newman. The Blue Sisters by Coco Mellors, which is on my TBR for 2025. The Stationery Shop of Tehran, which I bought because I was so excited about it, and now I just completely forgot about it because in that house it was in some corner. Now I'm gonna take this out, but it's the entire Percy Jackson series, which is also on my 2025 TBR. Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. I have 2 books by Leigh Bardugo on my TBR. Tomb of Sand, translated by Daisy Rockwell by Gitanjali Shri. Yet again, I bought because it's thick and nice, and I think it won the GLF prize, or it was nominated for it. I don't remember. So I bought it instantly, and then I put it on the shelf where it wasn't visible. Like, I did not know it's on my physical TBR. Like, I forgot it's on my physical TBR, so I never got to it, which is why it's now in my immediate TBR. Dance of Thieves and Wow of Thieves. When will I get to this? What am I doing with my life, and why am I not reading this? It's supposed to be the best enemies to lovers ever. Legendborn and Bloodmarked, which is on my 2025 TBR. One of Us is next, and One of Us is back. Now I need One of Us is Lying so I can read the series, and for some reason I get all books except that. The Architect's Apprentice by Elif Shafak. Love that book. Love Elif Shafak. Can't wait to read this one. Miniaturist by Jessie Burton. Little Coffee Shop of Kabul by Deborah Rodriguez. Less by Andrew Sean Greer, which I don't remember if I finished it or not. Like, I remember reading it, but I don't remember if I finished it or not. So I know the vibe, and I just want to reread it to make sure I remember everything because it was a good book. Adults by Emma Jane Unsworth. Now that I'm actually adulting in this house, want to get to this. Summer Reading by Jen McKinley, which I'm going to read in the summer. 1 in a Million by Lindsay Kelk, which I don't remember the premise of this, but I remember reading it and be like, oh my god, I really want this book. At Certain Points We Touch by Lauren John Joseph. This is the book that I got from Goa, which I have not seen anywhere, so it reminds me of my shopping in Goa, and also it gives me Alone with You in the Ether vibes, and I cannot wait to read it, but I am so not in the space for it, so I've not picked it up yet. My Mechanical Romance by Alexine Farrell Falmouth, which is the real name of Olivia Blake. The Whistling by Rebecca Netley. It's a horror book. I'm going to read it very soon. Letters to Milena by Franz Kafka. Boy Parts by Liza Clark. 2 books by Liza Clark on my TBR. Night Bitch by Rachel Yoder. Time Shelter is just, I don't even want to talk about it because literally I think in my last physical TBR I'm like, oh my god, this is on my TBR since so many years, I really have to read it. I've not read it yet. The Covenant of Water by Abraham Verghese. The Goldfinch by Donna Tartt. Station 11 by Emily St. John Mandel. Demon Copperhead by Barbara Kingsolver. Baumgartner by Paul Astor. All the Light We Cannot See by Anthony Doerr. Educated by Tara Westover. Hamnet, this beautiful copy by Maggie O'Farrell. To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. The Trial by Franz Kafka. The Food Detectives and The Restaurant of Lost Recipes by Hishashi Kashiwai, and I think it's translated by Jessie Kirkwood. Welcome to the Hunam Dong Bookshop by Huang Borium, translated by Shana Tan. Love this copy. The Color Purple by Alice Walker, which is on my 2025 TBR. Elizabeth is Missing by Emma Harley. That is my immediate TBR. Now let me count how many books are there. 86 books on my immediate TBR. How is that happening? It's just these shelves. Like, all this time I'm like, oh my god, I'm so proud of myself. What is going on? The way I've set these shelves, this is my mystery thriller shelf, this is my series plus fantasy plus historical fiction shelf, and the top shelf is my romance shelf. Starting with the thrillers. Bright Young Women by Jessica Knoll. A Nearly Normal Family by M.T. Edwardson. The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Night Time by Mark Haddon. And The Snowman by Joe Nesbo, The Guest List and The Paris Apartment by Lucy Foley, Room by Emma Donoghue, Nothing More to Tell, You'll Be the Death of Me, Two Can Keep a Secret, all by Karen M. McManus, who is the author of One of Us is Lying series, and I bought all of these books thinking they're part of one series, but they're not. They're all standalones. The Trial by Rob Reiner, Mother-Daughter Murder Night by Nina Simon. Very excited about this one. 11/22/63 by Stephen King, which I don't know if I'm ever going to read or not, but I don't know. I don't know. Leah on the Offbeat by Becky Albertalli, which I don't know if this is a thriller or not, because this author is actually a romance writer, I'm not sure. Then She Vanishes by Claire Douglas, The Night She Disappeared by Lisa Jewell, A Meditation on Murder by Robert Thorogood, I think that's how you pronounce it. Love this cover, and I have no idea what's in store for me with this one. Moving on to my series shelf, The Serpent and Dove entire series, which is also Enemies to Lovers. Can't wait to read it. She Who Became the Sun and He Who Drowned the World by Shelley Parker Chan. Oh god, the way I'm excited to read this book. Why haven't I? I think I should put this on my immediate TBR. And The Bear and the Nightingale series over here, which I'm not gonna take out. Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern and Scythe by Neil Shusterman, White Nights by Dostoevsky, The Old Man and the Sea by Hemingway, and Animal Farm by George Orwell. Classics. Cain and Abel, which I forgot I have, by Jeffrey Archer, The Island of Missing Trees by Elif Shafak, The Inexplicable Logic of My Life by Benjamin Alire Science, The Dictionary of Lost Words by Pip Williams, an essay which I'm actually going to remove from here because it's not on my immediate TBR. I tried reading it and I DNF'd it. A Tempest of Tea by Hafsa Faisal, who is the author of this duology that I really want, but I'm not finding the right cover for it. 1984 by George Orwell, and The Bookseller of Kabul by Asne Stand. I really hope I'm taking the name right, which is a non-fiction book. It's the story of this bookseller in Kabul and how it was burnt, and I'm very intrigued by this. The Great Gatsby, The Story Collected by E.V. Woods, Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte, I Capture the Castle by Dodie Smith, Thanks for the Memories by Cecilia Ahern, Powerless by Elsie Silver, Time Traveler's Wife by Audrey Nefneger. I really hope I'm taking the name right. I tried reading this book, I DNF'd it. I don't understand the book. Do you understand the book? Then comment down below. The Spells Disaster by Tori Ann Martin, which I should have read this year. Why didn't I read it? It's a magical book. The Bookshop of Second Chances by Jackie Fraser. I'm obsessed with this cover. Permanent Record by Mary H.K. Choi. Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score, which I am not going to read, most probably. I just have it because it was a gift to me on my birthday, and I tried reading it and I did not like the main male character a lot, but it is a gift, so I am keeping it. So who knows, someday I'll be like, oh okay fine, I'll read it. We have part 2 of the underrated book series, romance book series, For You and No One Else and Yes and I Love You by Ronnie Lauren. I read the second book in this interconnected series and I'm obsessed with it. Swan in Love by Marcel Proust, The American Roommate Experience by Ilana de Armas, and Ilana Armas. I thought the book was about to fall on me. By Ilana Armas. I mixed it with Ana de Armas, which I am not going to read because yet again I tried reading it. I read 30 pages. I just cannot stand the main female character itself. Oh my god. But it was a gift to me, so I'm keeping it. So maybe someday when I'm in the mood for some trashy romance. My Boyfriend is a Vampire by Ava Knight. Things We Leave Unfinished by Rebecca Yarros. And ironically, this is the thing that I have left unfinished because I did start reading the book, but I have not finished it. Oh my god, that's just hilarious to me. That was so This Summer Will Be Different by Carly Fortune, which I also DNF'd, and It's About Love by Stephen Cameron. Very excited about this one because I think it's going to be an underrated gem. Now let's count all of the books that are here, okay? I think we were at 83 over here. I don't know, I'll put the final number on the screen because I don't remember. That is 144 books. 144 books. Honestly, not bad. Like, this is my TBR currently and it's not bad. Now I'm debating if I should show you all of the books that is not on my immediate TBR or not. Okay, I've decided to not show you all of the books that are not on my immediate TBR, and it's like stashed away because it's in a stash. It's in a weird way. It's really messy. I cannot take it out for absolutely no reason because I have literally no idea when I'm going to read those books. Like, I think there's going to be books that I pick up randomly. Like, I have mentioned this a million times in so many of my videos that when I am in a reading slump or I am bored of reading what I'm reading, things like that, I pick up a book that I would never pick up for the life of me, right? And those are those books. So I think when I'm in that situation, I'll pick up books from there. Or, you know, I don't know, like, I feel like even if I finish this TBR, I won't reach out for those books, but I have them and I know that I really want to read them. I also don't want to let go of them. Does that make sense? That's where I am at with those books. So I'm not going to show you guys those books. If I do read some of them, I'll let you know that it's from that shelf. So for that, you have to keep watching my videos. Subscribe, okay? And this is it for today. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. It's going to be a tiny short one, I think, but I like to keep a log of things. I want you guys to keep a log of things that I have so you can hold me accountable. I'll see you guys again very soon. Bye.